What's going on, everybody? Thank y'all so much for joining us here at Chad's Media for Game 1 of this area round series between the Sulphur Springs Lady Cats and the Red Oak Lady Hawks. We are about to get underway. Sulphur Springs is the home team here tonight. They got here in a clean 2-game sweep against White House in the bi-district round. They took Game 1 by a final score of 3-0. That, of course, was at home last Wednesday night. And then they took Game 2 as well on the road by a score of 11-0. Very different game. Lady Cats got out, scored 8 runs in the top of the first, and cruised the rest of the way. We have Crimson Bryant on the mound for the Lady Cats. She was Crimson Bryant in the opening round. In her first game on Wednesday night, Game 1, she went the full 7 innings, allowed just 1 hit, which was a bunt single in the top of the 6th. She walked 3 batters and then struck out 16. In Game 2, she went 5 innings, 7 strikeouts, 2 walks, 2 hits allowed. Again, no runs. So in 12 innings of work in that opening series, a total of 23 strikeouts. She allowed just 3 hits and 5 walks, no runs. So a postseason ERA of 0 so far through 12 innings, and she'll be looking to keep that going here tonight. Again, thank y'all so much for hanging out with us, and we want to give a shout-out to all of our sponsors. Top of the First brought to you by Chick-fil-A. Monday, they launched Chick-fil-A delivery, which is amazing for all. I think all of our listeners are hyped about something like Chick-fil-A delivery. Again, all of our sponsors tonight, Chick-fil-A, Double M Contractors, Hopkins County Abstract, and Madison Insurance Agency, will be telling you more about them along the way. I'm here solo tonight, if y'all can't tell, and we are underway with a called strike from Crimson Bryant. I want to give a huge shout-out and a huge thank you to Jeremy Delorge for hanging out with me in Game 2 of last series. He was incredible. We've got tons of compliments about the broadcast, and every single compliment we got was on behalf of Jeremy, how great he did, and he did do an amazing job. Hopefully we'll get to hear more from him along the way as we see a strike 2, a swinging strike, to get this game started. That one misses just a bit outside. 1-2 is going to be the count. And as always, I'm here to tell y'all, be active in the chat. We appreciate that. Y'all have been really, really good these first couple of games, and we expect nothing less. Had some great turnouts, and again, expecting nothing less here tonight. The 1-2 pitch, swing and a miss, strike 3, and just like that, Crimson Bryant already has her first strikeout of the night. Like we said, it was 16 Ks in Game 1 for Crimson, just 7 in the second game, which for any other pitcher, 7 strikeouts in 5 innings would be a great night.
First strikeout of the game picked up by Crimson Bryant.
And Crimson misses a bit high there. 1-0 the count.
High over the plate, making ball 1.
Oh, as I'm always telling y'all, please not only be active in the chat, but with the camera and everything. Y'all let me know if it needs the brightness turned up or anything like that. I'm trying to keep up with that along the way as we see a foul ball. But of course, anything y'all can help me out. Shout out to Jeremy in the chat. We see you, man. That was the only negative to having you as a co-host, was we couldn't have you in the chat. Of course, like I said, we love having you in the chat, but love having you as the co-host as well. Need to get you back in here. And I know all of our other viewers agree. I think they'd love to see you in here again as well. Showing bunt again, but nothing. 3-0 the count. Crimson, though she allowed just, 3 hits, or 2 hits rather, in that opening series. 3 hits it was. Did walk 5. That one on the outside corner, a strike. And that's the thing about Crimson. Even when she gets behind in the count, she's still never out of it. And the 3-1. She'll look to avoid allowing her first base runner of the night. That one a strike as well. Full count. It wasn't until the top of the 6th in Game 1 in which Crimson allowed her first hit, which was a bunt single, and again allowed just 2 in Game 2. The 3-2. And that is a called strike on the outside part of the zone. So 2 up, 2 down, both via the strikeout for Crimson Bryant. She might be looking at another outing like Wednesday night's Game 1.
high district series win over White House.
That one. Couldn't tell if the batter had time or. Oh. That is an illegal pitch. 1-0.
What I call was they'll call it an illegal pitch. 1-0 the count. And high and away from the righty.
And that one misses 2-0.
Velasquez, nice job reaching out.
Just like Jeremy said, sorry, I'm just now noticing, but the switch flip, which we talked about a lot in game 2, Crimson, anytime she needs to cut it on, seems to be able to do so. Like we said, she gets a swinging strike. 2-1 the count. Like we said a second ago, falls behind 3-0 in the count, and then boom, 3 strikes in a row to get the K. 2 on the count, 2 out, and nobody on. Facing the Red Hulk 3-hole. And a swing and a miss, strike 2.
And missed again. It was a 2-1 pitch. So as my esteemed colleagues in Hallsville would say, deuce is wild here at Community High School. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs. Right? Hoping to
Crazy twos
Red Oak pack
here tonight.
as 2 up and 2 down. Brian already with 2 strikeouts.
The 2-2 pitch.
3, here it is.
And that one misses high. It's going to be another full count.
Misses the zone high over the plate. And for the second straight batter, Bryant faces Bryant. Has given up a full count here. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Still 2 outs on the board. Sulphur
And the
Springs
3-2.
on offense. Here's the pitch. And it will
Ooh, and
wow.
apparently misses outside.
Sulphur Springs fans not too crazy about that.
Was waiting for perhaps a called strike 3, but that will be the first base runner of the night for either team. A 2-out walk.
Here in the first inning, Destin Burks.
Granted, in that game 1 last week, when Crimson didn't allow a hit until the 6th, she did walk the leadoff batter.
Given up by Bryant.
And that one misses outside, 1-0.
First pitch to first baseman Becca Randerson outside.
Back-to-back deep counts, and that is something I mentioned during that series last week. Anytime you can make Crimson throw a lot of pitches, see a lot of pitches, is what you're looking for, as swing and a miss.
First baseman for Red Oak, Randerson.
Thank you so much. I want to give a shout-out to my grandfather in the chat. Thank you all so much for always watching and supporting, along with all of our viewers and fans here.
No dice there. 1-1 the count now.
The 1-1.
High over
Bit
the
inside and a bit high.
plate. Take it ball 2 now.
Crimson is working both sides of the plate here, though. Seeing her work outside a good bit, now working inside.
In the second round of playoffs for the second straight season. And hoping to make the regional quarterfinals for the first time since
And here comes the 2-1. Swing and a miss.
they're only got against Crimson Bryant and the Lady Cats of Sulphur Springs.
So another 2-2 count. 2 outs, a runner on first.
Appearance in 15 years.
And now we've got buddy Corey helping us out with the...
At first,
Any camera work you see here done it will be because of Corey. That one misses eye. So a 3rd consecutive full count here.
misses the zone.
Red Oak working the pitch count.
Red Oak. Has that
We'll see if Crimson can flip that switch like Jeremy alluded to.
Here's
The 3-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3.
the 3-2 pitch.
Pair of strikeouts to start the inning, then a 2-out walk, but a 3rd strikeout. Crimson already has the strikeout working for her here tonight.
Heads back to the home dugout here, ready for their first at bat. We'll be right back.
So obviously, in the bottom of the first, we'll see the top of the order for the Lady Cats: Jaden Harper, Reese Reagan, and Crimson Adele, or Addison Cadell. My apologies. Y'all blame Corey for that one. If Corey weren't distracting us, you are all good. Corey, do you want to hop on the mic for a second? You got anything to say?
Great first inning. Had some trouble. Crimson's been called for a couple quick pitches, so hopefully that doesn't throw her off her rhythm. But other than that, man, let's get this bread.
Do you have any predictions for us before we let you get back to work?
I think it'll be a close game. I think we'll win by if the spread's 2.5, give the over.
Shout out to Corey for that amazing analysis. I love you, Corey. Bottom of the first will be brought to you by Double M Contractors. Asphalt maintenance and repair for business or home. Again, like we said, we'll be telling you much more about all of our sponsors along the way. Looking at some series notes from the first series. Jane Harper will get us started. She was solid. Honestly, all the Lady Cats were solid offensively in that opening series. But Jaden Harper, 3 for 7. She had a pair of RBIs and 2 runs scored. Jeremy, I agree. Heck of a start. Let's see if we can get those bats working.
Welcome back out to Community High School here in Nevada, Texas, as we've got game 1 of the area.
And we are about ready to get this bottom of the first started.
Red Oak Lady Hawks here. Should be a fun one, and it's been a tight one through first
Jaden Harper with a chance to get back to 500 this postseason with a hit here.
4 batters up. 3 of them struck out at the hands of Crimson.
Oh, and by the way, we will be updating you with some other scores from local teams. We have a handful of Hopkins County team in the playoffs. Y'all stay on me about that. I get going in between innings with other stuff. Y'all stay on me about that. As Jaden Harper takes ball 1 on this first pitch of the game. Harper, a player who does a little bit of all of it. She has some power, great contact hitter, speed. She's a great outfielder, and a really good eye up there at the plate.
Number 4, starting pitcher here tonight for the Lady Hawks.
So Harper steps back in.
And takes a bit of second, but
The 1-0.
second pitch,
And that one misses high as well.
and that'll be high over the plate.
Jaden, a player who a lot of the time finds herself ahead in counts.
Harper,
Waits for her pitch.
good eye discipline. Taking 2 pitches outside, giving her a 2-0 count. Still ahead in the
The
count
2-0.
is Harper.
And that is a called strike.
No question about that one. Inside the zone.
And that is a very tough pitch to do something with. It's inside and low. I'm not sure if you can hit there. Not a lot of hitters going to be able to do much with that pitch.
2-1 pitch. All the way
So
up,
the 2-1. And that one misses high as well.
and that will be high again. So, center fielder Jaden Harper.
And once again, we've got the chat. Awesome. This is just going to continue to happen to us, apparently. Let's see if that removes it from the chat. Doing my best. As Jaden Harper draws a leadoff walk. Y'all say on me about this thing in the chat. I'm trying to get rid of it. I think I got rid of it, but Jeremy or someone who's active, y'all let me know if I did or did not get rid of that, because we would like to get rid of that. I do not want that in our chat. So that brings up Reese Reagan. Reese was 4 for 7 in the by-district round. As she takes another ball, misses high, 1-0. All 4 of Reese's hits came in game 2. She was 4 for 4 in that game. Also had 1 RBI and 1 run scored. That one inside and low. Harper trying to take second. Will she be able to do so? No. Don't blame her for trying to go there, but I don't think she got quite the jump that she needed. So that will be the first out here in the bottom of the first. Jaden Harper drew the leadoff walk and then caught trying to advance to second. Again, like the idea of trying to go there, but still a 2-0 count for Reese, though.
Still taking on Jackson for the first time here tonight. She's ahead, 2-0. Pitch on
The 2-0. And that is a called strike.
that will be called strike indeed. Just able to tuck into the bottom of the zone there. Strike 1 called on the first baseman for the Lady Cats, Reagan. Second
And the 2-1.
pitch,
And she sends that one back.
towering over
I believe that is the first contact we've seen a Lady Cat make here tonight. One out and nobody on. Addison Cadell on deck.
now 2-2 after Reagan's
Cadell, a player who has been hitting the ball extremely hard throughout these postseason.
2-2 pitch on the way.
She sends that one up the middle, fielded,
The pitcher's foot.
but she will beat it out, and there is our first hit of the night.
Destin Burks.
A 1-out single from Reese Reagan, and that makes her 4 for 8. Or no, 5 for 8 rather. 5 for 8 this postseason.
Throw it to her pitcher.
And that brings up Addison Goodell. Addison, like we mentioned, a player who has been hitting the ball extremely well this postseason, but unfortunately right at somebody, 1 for 7. But she did have a pair of RBI and 1 run scored in that opening series. She takes that one, misses high. Reagan does advance to second. So just like that, Lady Cats not only get their first hit, but their first runner in scoring position.
Reagan at second. Goodell. In her first plate appearance of the night.
The 1-0 to Goodell.
Pitch on the way.
She sends that one hard down the left field line.
Looks like Retta might be able to come down with it. No, it looks like it'll just be out of
And that one getting out of reach. It'll be foul.
ballpark. It's a bit tough to see.
Sorry, I know y'all can't see that. I also can't see it. If whatever y'all can see, I can see. So,
Maybe behind the visitor's dugout.
and again, y'all are staying active in the chat. We love to see it. Thank y'all so much.
Now 1-1 count for the third baseman for Sulphur Springs, Addison Goodell. One runner on, 1 out here. Lady Cats looking for similar results as their Game 2 win over White House, in which they scored 8 runs in their first at-bat. But granted, they might not be looking for another 8 runs in the first inning, but
All right, Goodell back in the box. We were ready to go. 1-1 count, 1 out. Reagan, the runner on second.
1 count. Here's the pitch.
She sends that one down the third baseline, also foul.
Sends it down third baseline. Now
Again, Goodell continues to make good contact. Crimson Bryant on deck. See if she might have an opportunity to help herself out here.
count 1-2, 1 out.
The 1-2.
Second. Outside.
That one misses outside, and that's a great 2-strike pitch. It either misses just outside, or it's a very tough pitch to do something with.
2-2.
Especially Goodell, she's pulled the last couple. Don't blame me for trying to go outside there.
Goodell.
And the 2-2.
Pitch.
And again, Addison out in front of it, fouling it off.
Looks like she pulled it there again. So 2 straight.
Been out ahead this entire at bat.
Threaded down the third base line, but
See if she's able to make an adjustment here and get something in play.
still a 2-2 count for the third baseman.
And again, the 2-2.
Pitch on the way.
And again, that one very inside.
Once again,
She fouls that one off.
towards the visitor's dugout.
Addison is no stranger to deep at bats.
Goodell.
Mentioned players with a really good eye. She has a great eye. When she takes, I assume it is a ball. She sends that one up the middle. It is fielded cleanly. There's going to be a tag and the throw, and it's going to be a double play. So despite a leadoff walk
Fire Sulphur Springs
and then a single, a couple of base running mistakes there, unfortunately strand the runners.
1-2-3 fashion. And now we head to the second inning.
So we'll be headed to the top of the second, still scoreless. And that reminds me to update the scoreboard. There we go. I almost didn't do that, if we're being 1,000% honest with y'all. And now we're getting caught up messing with the scoreboard. Y'all bear with me here. Headed into the top of the second, which is brought to you by Hopkins County Abstract. Buyers and sellers can choose the title company they want for closing real estate transactions. Choose Hopkins County Abstract, the only locally owned and operated title company in Hopkins County. Like I said, we'll be telling you more about that along the way. We got Corey back up here. He's going to be adjusting the screen for us. Also, Corey, we're going to let people in behind the scene. Having trouble fixing the scoreboard here. Check it anytime. Oh, and now that I've complained about it, I can do it perfectly fine. Okay, cool. That's all that matters. It doesn't matter if I look silly in the process. As long as we get it working, that's all that matters.
Exactly. It's all for the people. It's all for y'all. It's all for the viewers.
Exactly. Corey, you can attest. Lady Cats do have the bats rolling already. Just a couple base running mistakes there.
Yeah, and I think we don't go on that pass ball. I think we score a run there.
I think I agree with you.
So good stuff so far.
Good stuff so far. Picture of start. Oh, thank you for that. Thank you for that. Hopefully it is looking better now. And y'all will have to stay on me along the way. As always, though, we do appreciate the comments. Here we are, first pitch at the top of the second. Tries to get a bunt down, unable to do so. It's going to be fouled back. So we're going to give some score updates along the way. We have our first one. Como Picton, the Lady Eagles, are playing Crossroads, and they have a tight one going on. It is the top of the seventh. They are tied 3-3. Lady Eagles do have runners on the corners, and just like that, the Lady Eagles have taken the lead. So now Como Picton leads 4-3 in the top of the seventh of that game. We'll keep an eye on that. As Crimson Bryant gets a call strike there. She gets ahead in the count 0-2. Oh, thank you so much. If I don't stay on top of it before the next one, if it needs to be adjusted again, please let me know. The 0-2. Great effort there. Trying to hit that outside part of the strike zone. Not quite able to do so. Be the 1-2. Or make the count 1-2, rather. And here comes the 1-2. Sent on the ground over to third. Cadell comes up with it, and it is a clean play. And just like that, so the umpire actually called that a quick pitch. He's been on Crimson early so far tonight about the quick pitches, so that will not be out number one. It'll actually be ball two. It'll make it a 2-2 count. Looks like Como Picton able to add to their lead now, up 5-3 here in the top of the seventh. It was Madison Buster and then Addie Monk who scored to give the Lady Eagles a 2-run lead. And now Crimson gonna get a new ball. Again, he has been on her here early tonight, and that's something that Crimson might have to make an adjustment with here to prevent that from continuing to happen. What would have been a ground out for out number one. Camera's a little blurry. See if we can't get Corey back in here to fix the camera here in just 1 second. Thank you for the heads up. The 2-2. Swing and a miss, strike three, and it is strikeout number 4 for Crimson.
Off the bat, number 4, Tabitha Jackson.
So that will be out number 1 here.
So that one foul back. 0-1 the count. Sorry about that little hiccup, y'all. Yep. We got Corey coming back up here trying to help us out with that camera issue. And the 0-1. That one high as well. I told y'all Corey was to the rescue. Here he is. Corey to the rescue, helping us out with the camera. We've got multiple, it's blurries. And she sends that one back. Going to be an 0-2 count. Again, we cannot thank Corey enough. Not only does he do amazing work filming and editing, putting all those videos that y'all watch here on Chad's Media together, but even in-game, having to do extra work.
Check the chat, see if that's...
Y'all help us out in the chat. Tell us if that looks better or not. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Strikeout number 5 already for Crimson Bryant. But yeah, Jeremy, someone, if y'all don't mind, tell us if that looks a little bit better. Yeah, we got more of it. Apparently, if you have a live stream, The bots will find you.
Very impressive. Gives Bryant 5 now in this game.
Crimson Bryant once again getting ahead in the count. 0-1.
Gives the third baseman for Red Oak, Melissa Valder.
Shout out to Kaylee Anderson with a Let's Go Lady Cats. We need more Let's Go Lady Cats, and we also need more. Is the camera still blurry or not? Yeah, it should be good now. Yeah, okay. She's a very clear, much better. Thank you so much. We will continue to bug Corey throughout the course of the night as Crimson again getting ahead 0-2.
As long as they keep watching.
Exactly. Y'all keep watching. Corey will be more than glad to keep running back and forth. Y'all tell Corey y'all love him. I tell him every chance I get, but we need other people to tell him. And swinging a miss, strike 3. 3 up, 3 down, all on strikes. Crimson Bryant already has 6 strikeouts here tonight. And that'll send us to the bottom of the second. The bottom of the second brought to you by Madison Insurance Agency, your hometown insurance agency. Family owned and operated by Glenn and Matthew Madison with locations in Sulphur Springs, Paris, and Greenville. They've been in business for 20 years now. Specialize in home, auto, and business, but can insure absolutely anything. Like we said, huge thank you to all of our sponsors, and we're going to continue to tell you more about them throughout the course of the night. Going to try to get y'all another score update on some other teams around the county. But first, let y'all know here in the bottom of the second, we have Crimson Bryant, Paris Pickett, and Kens Smallwood up. This is about as dangerous part of a lineup as there is. And we'll tell you all about the stats that they had in the by-district round. So the runs did stop for Como-Picton. It is 5-3. They Crossroads was able to get out of that inning, but Lady Eagles heading into the bottom of the 7th with a 5-3 lead. Madison Buster on the mound for the Lady Eagles tonight, and she has been on fire. 16 strikeouts. She, a lot like Crimson Bryant, a pitcher who gets a ton of strikeouts and then also helps herself out at the plate. 1 for 2 tonight with a run scored and 2 walks. And speaking of Crimson Bryant, she will lead us off here in the bottom of the second for the Lady Cats. Crimson was 3 for 7 in the by-district round with an RBI. That's a called strike 1. It's a great pitch to start off in a bat on the low inside part of the zone. The 0-1. She sends that one foul back. Headed back towards us at the press box. So an 0-2 count to Crimson. She takes and misses just a bit low. 1-2. Something I mention a lot. Good pitcher pitches with 2 strike counts. That is a really good one. If it misses just a little bit low, but not going to be able to do much with that from a batter perspective. 1-2, sent on the ground over to first, fielded cleanly, and she'll step on the bag. So again, Lady Cats continuing to make good contact, continuing to put the ball in play, just not quite going the way that they are hoping for. Trying to get you another score update if I can. Fortunately, not able to do so. I should probably give context of that. I was looking for the score of the Miller Grove game on Game Changer, but it's not popping up just yet. That brings up Paris Pickett. She takes ball 1. Paris actually led the Lady Cats in hitting in the by-district round. Was a very impressive 5 for 7. 2 RBIs, 3 runs scored. She actually started the rally in the top of the 5th of game 1, which got things started. She sends a foul ball down the line.
Hold it a little bit as the shortstop. Pickett sitting one along the third baseline, foul territory, giving the senior a 1-1 count.
Kaylee saying, let's go Paris. Yeah, like I said, she was incredible in that opening round, and it was the top of the 5th of game 1 she got started, in which the Lady Cats scored 3 runs. She sends that one deep into left field. Left fielder running back makes a play right in front of the wall. It's a very great defensive play, and Paris continuing to hit the ball very hard. We actually saw her hit a home run in game 2. And off the bat, that one looked like it could have done the same thing, but that's probably caught, I don't know, maybe 4 or 5 feet in front of the wall. And that'll bring up Ken Smallwood. She was also impressive in that by-district round. She was 3 for 7. She had 2 RBI and 2 runs scored. That 5th inning I keep telling you about, it was opened with a Paris Pickett single, and then Ken Smallwood followed up with a single of her own. She sends that one over to first base. Is it fielded cleanly? Yes, and they say the tag was also good. So it's a 3-up, 3-down inning for the Lady Cats. That'll send us to the top of the third, still scoreless. Let's see if I could actually fix the scoreboard on the first try, y'all. See if we can do it.
Sulphur Springs for 2 straight innings goes 3 up and 3 down. Definitely not something you see every game, but still lots of game to go, so it looks like something's being discussed on the field. We're going to take a quick break.
I don't know if I can do this or not. Now it seems like I'm messing with things.
So we'll be back here in just a moment, and then we'll call it an hour.
And again, struggling with this thing for absolutely no reason. Love when we have technical errors. It seems like technical errors seem to find their way to us. We're not looking for the technical errors, but they find their way to us. It would be odd if things did run smoothly, if we're being 1,000% honest. But we're headed into the top of the third. Crimson Bryant has been excellent so far here tonight. No hits allowed, just the 1 walk. And she has struck out 6. Checking back in on the Como-Picton game for y'all. They are 1 out away, although Crossroads does have a runner on and the tying run at the plate. We'll get this top of the third started for y'all, and then we'll check back in on that, see if they're able to wrap that one up. Top of the third, brought to you by Chick-fil-A. Like we said, they launched Chick-fil-A delivery on Monday. If we were at home, I would take advantage of that. Would see if we could get some Chick-fil-A delivery up to the up to the press boxes. Corey once again sees we have technical issues. I don't know if Corey's going to get anything filmed tonight. I don't know if Corey's going to get a single thing filmed tonight, or if he's just going to continue to bail me out.
I was watching online.
Why is that happening? How can I prevent this from happening?
Back on the mound for the Lady Cats. Sorry, both games in by district, picking up 2 big wins, and now hopes to pick up a 3rd straight playoff victory.
As Crimson starts this off with a called strike. That should be fine there.
Similar to what we saw in by district, actually, as in game 1 of that series with White House, that was at Lady Cat Park in Sulphur Springs. It was tied
Wait, I have it.
up until the 5th inning. It remained scoreless until Sulphur Springs was able to
Well, no.
equalize.
Oh, also, do you mind checking the camera right here? Sends that one on the ground. Bryant fields it cleanly. The toss to first, and she gets the out. Thank you, sir. Again, Corey just saving the day once again. Oh, well, he's gone. I was going to tell him that y'all were giving him compliments, but it's too late. He's already gone. Como-Picton, by the way, does get out of that, so they take the 5-3 win. We'll run through some of the box scores of that here in just 1 second. Crimson gets a quick out 1 and misses outside. 1-0 the count.
Designated player Tatum Hall. Ahead in the count, 1-0.
It's getting dark quickly here in Community. Game 2 and Game 3, if necessary, of this series will be played Monday, and that'll be at Grand Saline. Obviously, those of you who can support your Lady Cats in person, please do so. For those of you who can't, though, of course, we'll be right here back on Chad's Media to bring you the game. As Crimson brings the 2-0. That one is called a strike right on the inside part of the zone. Crimson does a great job with hitting the inside part of that zone. We've seen her attack a lot of batters, especially high and in, as her pitch mix is tough to keep up with. 2-1, swing and a miss. And after falling behind 2-0, right, just like that, count is all even up, 2-2. 1 out and nobody on. The 2-2 pitch is called strike 3. Strikeout number 7 for Crimson Bryant. She is once again on fire.
Have 2 outs here in this 3rd inning.
Up to bat, number 5, Giselle Orozco.
So a ground out and a strikeout for a pair of 2, or a pair is 2, for 2 quick outs here in the top of the 3rd.
Strikeout number 7 for Crimson Bryant.
And that one foul back.
She's done so through 2 2/3 innings.
We're back to the top of the order for Red Oak. Bryant just 1 over the minimum here tonight through 2 2/3. It was that 1-out walk in the top of the 1st. 2-out walk, rather. My fault. It was Burks that drew the 2-out walk. And the 0-1. That one fouled back as well, making the count 0-2. Like we said, getting dark quickly here in community, so we might have to be staying on top of that. I'm trying my best over here, but if y'all haven't noticed, got 1,001 things going on, so we're doing our best. And again, want to say thank y'all so much for joining us here tonight, and of course, staying active in the chat. Always love y'all for that. Yo, 2, swing and a miss, strike 3. Strikeout number 8 already here for Crimson Bryant. She has now surpassed the amount of strikeouts that she had in Game 2 of the by-district round, and she has half as many as she had in Game 1. 16. Can we acknowledge that again? 16 strikeouts in Game 1 of that series. And we have more bots in the chat. That's amazing. That's what we love to see. And they happen quickly, too. I don't know if y'all are seeing how quickly this happens. Can't even get rid of them. Putting the users in timeout. We're trying our best. So we head to the bottom of the 3rd in what is still a scoreless game. It will be the 7, 8, 9 in the order for the Lady Cats. Nicole Higgins, Anna E. Velasquez, and Tia Nash. So far tonight, Sulphur Springs does have 1 hit. It was a single from Reese Reagan. We've had a pair of runners, though. Jane Harper started things off with a leadoff walk. Unfortunately, was caught trying to advance to second. Reese Reagan did advance to second after her single, but then it was a hard ground out from Addison Cadell, so they were able to double them up. This bottom of the 3rd brought to you by Double M Contractors, owned by Mark and Mason Morton. Been in business since 2008, and both former Sulphur Springs Wildcat baseball players. Mason, I got to see Mason play a good bit. Very strong player. I believe we ended up playing, not at the same time, but I could have this wrong. Y'all correct me in the chat. Mason, I would say correct me in the chat, but I know you're here. I believe we both got the chance to play at Henderson State University in Arkadelphia, Arkansas. And here is Nicole Higgins to get things started in this bottom of the 3rd, which again is brought to you by Double M Contractors, and she'll take strike 1 to get this at bat started. Nicole was 3 for 6 in that by-district round, and she was actually 3 for 3 in Game 2. And I have beef with one of the scorings in Game 1 to shoot swings and misses at that one. The play that I'm referring to is in Game 1. She had a really hard hit ball up the middle. They ruled it an error, but I not only saw it in real time, I went back and watched that game, and I really think it should have been called a hit. I think she should have been 4 for 6 in that series, but still 3 for 6. That's a 500 average through these playoffs. And again, was excellent in Game 2. She was 3 for 3, and she did have a pair of runs scored. I'm going to try to fix this on my own without Corey's help. Y'all tell me what this does. And I don't know what I'm doing. Yep, we're going to say that for Corey as Higgins goes down swinging for out number 1 here in the bottom of the 3rd. That brings up Anna E. Velasquez. I agree, Jeremy. Let's get these bats going. Velasquez was 1 for 5 rather in that opening series, but her 1 hit was a big one. She swings and misses at that one. Her one hit in the series came in the bottom of the 5th of game 1. A game, it was tied 0-0 at that point. She had a 2-run single, which brought in Pickett and Smallwood to give the Lady Cats a 2-0 lead. They'd go on and score another run in that inning and win the game by a score of 3-0. That one misses a bit high. That makes it count 2-1. I'm bugging my colleague Ross up here. That's my apologies. The 2-1. And that one also misses a bit high, 3-1. Of course, there's one out, nobody on. Tia Nash on deck. Jeremy, you asked for it. We might see it here in this bottom of the 3rd. This game has a lot of the same vibes as game 1 of the bi-district round. To 3-1. Sent up the middle. Great play by the shortstop. The throw is in time. And despite solid contact there from Velasquez, that is out number 2, and it does bring up Tia Nash. And here is Tia Nash. Tia was 2 for 5 in the bi-district round with a pair of RBIs and a pair of runs scored. Tia, a player that I've been complimenting a lot on these broadcasts, and it's well-deserved. She's very strong at the plate. Is a bit late on that opening swing. When I told you I was getting dark quickly out here, I was not lying to y'all. It is getting dark like by the second. The 0-1. Now it misses just a bit inside, and perhaps a bit low as well. Jaden Harper on deck if Nash can extend the inning. Remember, Harper opened things up with a leadoff walk in the bottom of the 1st. And that one hits Tia, and she'll take her base. Still no technical at-bat in this game now. And, of course, we can't hear anything, but Carrillo and the home plate umpire are having some words. Some animated words at that. Not sure what that's in reference to. I'm not sure if he's calling that foul or what that would be about, but they do. I guess they are going to call it a foul ball. I'm not sure if they're saying that hit the bat or if she was over the plate, but rather than a 2-out hit by pitch, we'll now hop back in this at bat. So 2-1 is the count. Tia Nash still at bat. We'll see what happens. She puts that one on the ground. Second baseman having to make a tough play to get to it. She does. And the throw is wild. Tia Nash gets on first base either way. And as the kids might say, ball don't lie. That very much is a ball don't lie moment as Tia Nash gets on first base either way. We will see if that is ruled a hit or an error. I could see it going either way. Obviously, it was a bad throw, but Tia was getting down the line very quickly. Argument to be made that maybe she beats that one out either way. But while we're waiting to see it is ruled a single, by the way. So that'll be the second hit of the night for the Lady Cats, and it'll make Tia Nash 3 for 6 here in this series. Brings back up Jaden Harper. She tries to get a bunt down. She does. Fielded cleanly by the pitcher. The throw over first was very quickly. Harper was getting down that line in a hurry, and if she would have taken even another split second. And some confusion. Tia Nash almost started. Yeah. Now that should have been. Now that should have been the third out of the inning, though. Tia was the third batter. Yeah, okay. So that is out number 3.
Well, listen, I probably got confused when that whole debacle happened, so I apologize.
Despite some confusion there, ladies and gentlemen, that is the third out of the inning, and we are headed into the top of the 4th. Still scoreless, although Sulphur Springs now scoreless on 2 hits. Red Oak, no runs, no anything in those categories. Me being me and superstitious. I realize I can't really be superstitious as a broadcaster because it is my job to tell y'all the stats. It is my job to tell you how many runs, how many hits, how many walks. But I'm too superstitious to say that. So let's just say Sulphur Springs no runs on 2 hits, and Red Oak has no runs. Let's say it that way, shall we? The top of the 4th brought to you by Hopkins County Abstract. Like we said, buyers and sellers can choose the title company they want for closing real estate transactions. Choose Hopkins County Abstract, the only locally owned and operated title company in Hopkins County. Owned by Kristen Monk. Kristen, a 1990 Sulphur Springs graduate and a former Lady Cat softball player herself. And she was a Lady Cat cheerleader. Big thank you to Kristen over at Hopkins County Abstract, as well as all of our sponsors. So we're about ready to get started here in the top of the 4th.
Series between the Sulphur Springs Lady Cat softball team and the Red Oak Lady Hawks. Sulphur Springs played here last year.
Again, y'all stay on me in the chat. Obviously y'all have done a good job so far about the brightness and everything, but and we might be starting to get some glare here, huh? I wouldn't have noticed that until this moment, but I need to get Corey back up here so y'all don't have to look at my glare in that screen. I don't want to see my glare in the screen. I know y'all don't want to see it either.
And as a result, played Sulphur Springs here last year. Fortunate for the Lady Pirates, they couldn't get the better of the Lady Cats as Sulphur Springs clinched their ticket to the 3rd round of playoffs, which they took on Huntsville.
Ooh, and that is a called strike to get this top of the 4th started. Great pitch from Crimson there on the low outside part of the zone.
And she will be hoping for similar results as her last few outings in the circle.
The 0-1. Did she go? Yes. So it's going to be 0-2.
Second baseman for the Lady Hawks.
And the 0-2. That one well outside.
Well outside and away from the left. With the second baseman, a 1-2 count. No outs here in the top of the 4th.
And the 1-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Strikeout number, I believe, 9? 8 or 9. 1 second. Let's
Now play number 45, Dustin Burns.
Also 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts. Ryan picks up strikeouts for 9.
There we go. And that should help with the glare. There we go. Now, again, y'all don't have to look at my reflection. I don't want to look at my reflection. I know that y'all don't either. So now we're good. Thank you, Corey. Oh, again, they were telling you how great you are in the chat earlier. Jeremy specifically. So
Thank you, Jeremy.
I don't know if you could hear that, Jeremy, but Corey said thank you. So we've got the window open. No more glare. The 0-1. Ooh, and that is called a strike as well, the 0-2. And the 0-2. That one sent back foul. May have got us here in the press box. And now maybe y'all can hear some of the atmosphere here as well. I don't know if that's picking up in the headphones or not. I can't quite tell, but hopefully it is. So y'all get a little bit of a vibe for what it is out here. It looks to be a nice crowd. It's always a good crowd. Sulphur Springs travels well, and it looks like Red Oak does as well. It's their side of the stands also pretty packed. 0-2 count, 1 out, nobody on. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Crimson continuing to have just a stellar night here. Is that a strikeout number 10 already through 3 2/3? I'm going to do some quick math for y'all. Through 3 2/3, it would be 11 outs. 10 of them via the strikeout. And she again gets ahead in the count. That is a called strike 1. The 0-1. That one foul back.
tied at this point. I have to wonder if this game will come down.
0-2 count. 2 outs, nobody on. Ooh, almost got her to swing there, but not quite. Makes the count 1-2.
Wildcats baseball season. 1-0 loss in Texas, in the Texas side. They were deadlocked with a team that eventually did make the playoffs in Texas.
Oh, and I forgot to update something else. Let's see if we can update the scoreboard efficiently this time. It likes to give me trouble. Boom. There we go. Did I just jinx myself? May have jinxed myself. Not quite sure. Nope, I did not. It is correct. There we go. Now it misses just a bit low. It's going to make the count full, 3-2. Again, 2 outs, nobody on. Up next would be Fowler. Fowler struck out her first time. The 3-2. That one sent in the air. Reagan calling everybody off, and she is there for the grab. So yet another 3 up, 3 down inning for Crimson Bryant. Pair of strikeouts that time. That makes her stat line so far 4 innings pitched, just the 1 walk allowed, and 10 strikeouts. We are headed to the bottom of the 4th, and I believe that brings back up the top of the order for Sulphur Springs. Make sure I'm not lying to you. Sulphur Springs, although no runs to show, and again with the bots in the chat. We love to see it. I feel like I got rid of them. Yep, there we go. Try my best to keep the bots away. No, I'm lying to you. It was not the top of the order. It's the 2, 3, 4. So Reese Reagan, Addison Cadell, and Crimson Bryant. Their first time's up. Reese Reagan did get a hit. It was the first hit of the night for Sulphur Springs. They have just 2 so far. Of course, Addison did make good contact. She had a pretty hard ground ball over to short, but unfortunately Reagan ran into the tag and they were able to get Cadell out at first as well. Crimson also grounded out her first time. Like we said, that'll bring up Reese Reagan to start this bottom of the 4th. The bottom of the 4th brought to you by Madison Insurance Agency, your hometown insurance agency. Family owned and operated by Glenn and Matthew Madison, with locations in Sulphur Springs, Paris, and Greenville. As of this year, they've been in business for 20 years. Specialize in home, auto, and business, but can insure absolutely anything. Matthew, we keep mentioning all these former Wildcat and Lady Cat players. Matthew, a former Wildcat baseball player himself, as Reese Reagan takes ball 1. Swings and misses at that one. 1-1. It was a 1-out single for Reagan in the bottom of the 1st. See if she can't get another one here in the bottom of the 4th. She sends that one hard foul. Again, she was 4 for 4 in Game 2 of the by-district round, so she is now 5 for her last 5. And she'll see if she can't make it 6 for her last 6. I agree with Jeremy and Kaylee. Time to get these bats rolling. And she'll take a called strike 3.
Number 34, Addison Cadell.
That brings up Addison Cadell. And unfortunately, the trend continues for Addison, carrying over from the by-district round, where she's hitting the ball very, very, very hard, very, very well, just not turning it into hits, unfortunately. And again, sends that one on a line over to second, but fielded cleanly. So 2 very quick outs here in the bottom of the 4th for the Lady Cats. As that brings up Crimson Bryant. Crimson grounded out to the first baseman her first time. That was the First at bat of the bottom of the second.
Crimson Bryant.
She'll see if she can't get a 2-out rally started here. If she could, some very dangerous bats behind her, and Pickett and Smallwood. She sends that one on the ground foul over to third. Again, both Pickett and Smallwood, 2 of, if not the 2, most consistent hitters in this Lady Cats lineup. And that says a lot because this is a strong Lady Cat lineup. They'd be 2 of the most dangerous and consistent in any lineup. The 0-1 to Crimson. She takes. Or checks her swing, rather. 1-1. 2 out, nobody on. Paris Pickett on deck if Bryant can extend this inning. Her first time up, she sent a very hard ball into left field. So that one's fouled back. The one in her first at bat was probably within 5, for sure 10, but maybe within 5 feet of that left field wall. Almost put the Lady Cats on the board early. So 1-2 the count to Crimson Bryant. The 1-2. Really good pitch, just a bit off. So 2-2. I sound like a broken record, but I'm going to say that again. That is a great pitch with 2 strikes because there's not much the batter can do. That one just missed. So crazy 2s. That one rolls in there. It's going to be ball 3. So the 3-2. That one misses high. So Crimson Bryant will extend this inning for Paris Pickett. And I forgot to do it in the chat earlier, so I'm going to do it now. Anyone who wants to play Home Run Derby, anyone who wants to play the home run game, I say we go ahead and do it. And I'm going to cheat. I'm going to pick first. I'm picking Paris Pickett. I'm picking her right here, right now, actually. Granted, I would get her for the rest of the game, but I'm picking her right here, right now. Putting in the call. Anyone in the chat, Jeremy, Kaylee, anyone, if you would like to give your home run pick for the night. Plenty of options on this Lady Cat team. Off the top of my head, you could go Paris, Kins, Addison, Jaden, Reese. Just to name a few. Really, there's not a bad pick on this team. Oh, Paris, pick it up. She takes strike 1. Remember her first time up. Sent it very deep into left field. And she actually has homered in 2 of her last 3 games. She hit a home run in the final regular season game at Pine Tree and then also hit a home run in Game 2 of the Bi-District round. That one also rolls in there, so it's going to even up the count 1-1. 1-1 the count to Paris. Last time she saw just 2 pitches. This time it will be more than that as she swings and misses at 1-2. Todd, that's a really good pick. I'm not going to lie to you. It is a very good pick. I think Addison is going to get those to start falling. I've been saying that both on broadcast and to her after games. They are going to start falling, and I don't blame you for that pick as Paris fouls one off her face mask. Count will stay at 1-2. Todd, dude, you have been awesome staying in these, watching these broadcasts, staying in the chat. Pick Jaden. Love the Jaden pick. It's a great pick. Player who had a ton of power last year. We haven't seen quite as much of that power, but I think we are going to see at least one Jaden home run throughout this postseason. Maybe we will see it tonight. Maybe you'll be right. As Paris takes, it's going to make the count 2-2. And more bots. We love to see it. Anyone want to place an over-under on how many more bots we're going to get tonight? Here comes the 2-2 pitch. Paris just a bit out in front of that one as she sends it foul out of play. And we've seen a good bit of that tonight from the Lady Cats. We haven't seen really any foul the other direction. A lot of getting out in front of it, a lot of early swings. So once again, we will do 2-2. 2 out, runner on first. Now it misses high. That'll make the count full. And, of course, Ken Smallwood on deck. Her first time she grounded out to the first baseman, though she is hitting the ball well this series. I say this series, I mean, she's been incredible this entire season, but in this postseason, it has continued as she fouls that one back. So I just said we haven't seen very many foul the other direction. There is one. It's a great night for softball out here. It really is. I say as someone who's sitting in the press box where there's air conditioning, but maybe I'm biased. We'll see if we can break the scoreless tie. The 3-2. Paris sends that one hard into center field, and that will get down off the wall. Bryant trying to score. Will it break the scoreless tie? It does. And just like that, a 2-out double from Paris Pickett, who's showing a ton of emotion out there on second base. I asked, would it break the scoreless tie, and it does. Lady Cats lead 1-0, thanks to a 2-out rally that was started from a Crimson Bryant walk. And now it brings up Ken Smallwood. Ken's grounded out her first time. Batting 3 for 8 in this series. She already does have 2 RBI and 2 runs scored. Paris, by the way, that was her 3rd RBI of this postseason. 3 games played so far, and now 3 runs batted in. Brings up Ken Smallwood. Ooh, just a bit late. She swings and misses at that one. Oh, got to update the scoreboard. There we go. Our first time tonight getting to do so. If it will let me. Y'all seen how much I'm struggling with this scoreboard here tonight. I don't know if we're going to get to or not, y'all. The 1-1. Swings and misses at that one. Pickett tries to advance to third, and she is able to do so as the throw gets past. It's going to make it a 1-2 count. 2 outs, but Pickett over to third base. We did update the scoreboard. There we go. And I updated it incorrectly. It is not White Oak. 1-0, ladies and gentlemen. It's Sulphur Springs. My apologies. Just what I thought. I was cooking with gas. I was not. So a 2-2 count, 2 outs. Smallwood at bat. That would be Higgins on deck. And she sends that one out of play, foul. There was great base running by Paris there. Very smart heads-up player. Todd, are you still in my lingo with the shout-outs, man? I'm the one that does the shout-outs around here, Todd. Again, 2-2 count to Smallwood. Sends that one on the ground over to third, but foul. That one sent foul as well. So this is a very long at bat from Smallwood here. I promise y'all I am doing my best to get this. Okay, more bots. There's a lot of bots going on. There's a lot going on. That one misses high, so it's going to be a full count to Smallwood. Again, Nicole Higgins would be on deck, and she has been on fire as of late. She did strike out her first at-bat in this game, but she was 3 for 3 in the closeout game 2 of the bi-district round. It's a 3-2. Sends that one foul. Oh, and we do have some updates on Miller Grove. They will be advancing past the bi-district round. They won 17-0 in their first game, and then 6-4 in their second game. So Miller Grove, who made it all the way to the regional finals last year, starting their postseason on another hot note with a pair of wins tonight, 17-0 and 6-4. Smallwood swings and misses at that one. So Red Oak does get out of the inning with just the 1 run allowed, but Sulphur Springs does break this scoreless tie after a pair of quick outs. Crimson Bryant drew a 2-out walk, and then Paris Pickett with a huge double into the right center gap, breaking our scoreless tie. We're going to get that scoreboard fixed here in just 1 second. Photoshop being a little bit sketchy with me. If I could get Corey's attention. Corey, I don't know how much time y'all spent with Corey Hankins, but that man is a socializer. That man talks to anybody and everybody. I can't tell y'all how many games, because as y'all know, we go cover the games. When I'm not broadcasting, I'm there taking pictures and everything. And Corey, obviously, filming. We will be at road venues. We'll be at, like, Hallsville or something. And we're stopping and talking to people. And I'm like, oh, who is that? He doesn't know. They're strangers. Corey, talking to anybody and everybody he can. We'll see if he notices. Yeah, here he comes. Again, Lady Cats leading 1-0 as we head into the top of the 5th. I don't know why it's not... Here, Corey, I'm going to let you sit down for a second actually and fix it.
Hello? Yeah, I'm here. Make sure it looks like that.
Welcome back out to Nevada, Texas, here at Community High School. Sulphur
Up to bat, number 3, Corey
See, I was fixing it. I was
Ballard.
changing it myself the entire first. There we go. How are you?
Just double click it.
I was double clicking. I've been
Make
double
sure it's
clicking.
like that. And then not like that. Click off of it.
Okay, cool. And again, Corey saving the day. We're going to have to give this man a raise, Chad. Corey doing a ton of work out here. Corey might should get my money. Might just have to pay Corey for the both of us. And a bunt is down. Fielded cleanly. And much like we saw in Game 1 of the bi-district round, the Crimson Bryant no-hitter is broken up from a bunt single late in the game. Last time it was in the top of the 6th. Now it is in the top of the 5th. So the first hit of the night for Red Oak comes to lead off the top of the 5th.
Now up to bat, number 4, Tabitha Jackson.
That brings up Tabitha Jackson. She sends that one in the air. Paris Pickett underneath it for out number 1.
Coming up to the plate, number 9, Alyssa Valderas.
That brings up Alyssa Valderas. She struck out her first time up. Crimson will be seeing if she can't get her to do that as well. Through 4 1/3, she just allowed the 1 hit and the 1 walk. 10 strikeouts, though. Zone misses eyes. She's trying to steal second. The throw not in time as Red Oak now with the tying run in scoring position here in the top of the 5th. The position Bryant has not been in much this entire postseason, having runners in scoring position. So it'll make it a 1-0 count. Looking back on our kind of replay, as y'all are probably aware, I'm a little bit ahead of y'all, so I can see things back. Looking ahead at that replay, though, I thought Velasquez did a good job of getting rid of the ball quickly.
Tough call. Just all around tough. So now runner on at second for Red Oaks. 1 out.
Oh, yeah, you're right. We also need to change the name.
1-0.
At the plate, number 14, Natalie Inouye.
Sulphur Springs. Get out of this inning unscathed. Want to go ahead and run in their last at bat of the bottom of the 4th.
Thank y'all for staying on top of me. As always, someone has to. Swing and a miss for strike 1. So the count be 1-1, 1 out, and a runner on second.
Pinch runner now. Pinch hitter. Number 14.
I don't know what I would do without y'all in the chat. Probably struggle a little bit. Jeremy predicting that Crimson's about to turn it on. We'll see. Try to get a bunt down, unable to do so. Fouls it back. That's going to make the count 1-2. And Jeremy, I think I agree with you. Feels like anytime she needs to cut it on, she does. And what's crazy is, like, what is she cutting it on to? Like, the base level, or not base level, but, like, before she cuts it on, already at a very high level.
1-1 pitch away.
1-1 pitch is high. Gonna make it 2-1.
Right from dust. Shorter foul at Fade. That's on second base. The left fielder.
My apologies. The count is 2-2. I thought I had that right, but then, yeah, 2-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. And that is number 11 for Crimson. That'll make 2 outs here in this inning.
The bat, number 7, Dylan Brown.
See if Crimson can't get out of here with the lead still intact. So misses high. 1-0 the count. That one called a strike, so 1-1. It's a great pitch from Paris there on the low outside part of the zone. Again, a position Crimson not been in a ton, having not only runners on, but runners in scoring position. Swing and a miss, but runner trying to steal third. Goodell may have had the tag in time, but was unable to hold on to the ball, as that is a tough position. You're trying to catch, turn, and tag all at one time. So the runner is safe at third. And I got to say, that is a risky steal there. The count is 1-2, though. But with 2 outs, it is a risky steal. Obviously, it paid off for him there, and they do move the runner to third. But so now an infield single would bring the run in, whereas it probably wouldn't have beforehand. But the 1-2. Ooh, that one perhaps a bit low from our angle here in the press box. You can see inside and outside. Of course, you can only see up and down so much, but that one very close miss. That'll make it 2-2. Again, crazy twos. Runner on third. That one is called strike 3. If the first one wasn't, that one was, and Crimson Bryant works her way out of the inning. Had a runner on second with 1 out, and then a runner on third with 2, but she does get out of the inning unscathed as Lady Cats hold on to their 1-0 lead as we head into the bottom of the 5th. Crimson, let's run through the stat line for you tonight. 5 innings pitched, just the 1 hit which came in this inning. That's how Red Oak led off the inning with a bunt single. So Crimson, 5 innings pitched, 1 hit allowed, 1 walk, and now 12 strikeouts. There's Jeremy in the chat. Again, Jeremy, I don't know what I would do without you. You're either here co-hosting with me and making my job a lot easier, or you're in the chat making my job a lot easier. Shout out to you, man. You are the real MVP. As is Kaylee, as is everybody else that's been keeping us going in the chat here tonight. For the Lady Cats in the bottom of the 5th, I believe it'll be Nicole Higgins, followed by Velasquez and Nash. Nicole struck out her first time. Velasquez 0 for 1. Tia Nash 1 for 1. Remember, she had that debacle earlier where we thought she was hit by a pitch. They brought her back, and then she ends up getting an infield single either way. That will be the 3 up for the Lady Cats in the bottom of the 5th. Again, Nicole Higgins was incredibly hot in Game 2 of the by-district round. She was 3 for 3. Pair of runs scored in that opening round. Tia Nash now 3 for 6 in this postseason. And then Velasquez, of course, just 1 for 6, but the 1 hit she did have was a very big one, which brought in the first 2 runs of the night. Todd asked, rookie question, what's the hardest base to play or the most important? That's a great question. Obviously, I can only answer from a baseball perspective and not a softball perspective. I would think in softball, it very well might be third base. You are just so close. The balls that are hit to you are hit at you so hard. Jeremy might could answer that question a little better than me. It's Nicole sends that one on the ground over to second. She makes it a close play, but she will be out. Jeremy, do you agree with me? I might would say third. Of course, short, very tough as well. I might would go third, though. Yeah. So me and Jeremy happy to agree on that one. We would go third. Kaylee, you've been very active in the chat tonight. Can you either dispel or back us up on that? That'll bring up Ana E. Velasquez. She checks her swing. Did she go? No. Velasquez grounded out to short her first time up in the bottom of the third. The 1-0. And again, checks her swing. Making it a 2-0 count. Oh, Todd, you'll, I don't know if you could tell. You probably can't tell, but again, turf here tonight. The 2-0. Velasquez sends that in the air over towards first base. First baseman has to go into foul territory to make the play, but she's able to do so. So a ground out to second and then a pop up to first is how this bottom of the fifth will get started. And that brings up Tia Nash. Again, Tia Nash singled her first time. It was an infield single. She had thought she had reached base on a hit by pitch earlier in the at-bat, but she was brought back before getting that infield single. See if they can't get a 2-out rally started for the second inning in a row. That one misses high. It would bring up the top of the order if she were able to do so, Jaden Harper. Harper 0 for 1 with a walk tonight. She actually got the game started with a leadoff walk in the bottom of the first. So the 1-0. Fouled over towards the first base side. Hits the netting and comes back into play. One, 2 out, nobody on. As Nash takes. That one misses high, 2-1. Again, I find myself complimenting Tia Nash's at-bats a lot, but really good eye up there. And a hitter who makes a ton of contact. That one misses low, and she finds herself in a 3-1 count. Again, Jaden Harper would be up if she can extend this inning. Harper 0 for 1 with a walk. She tried to get a bunt down in the bottom of the third, and it was a good bunt, but she was out by about a step. That one misses low, and it is ball 4. Tia Nash getting on base for the second time tonight. And I want to double-check myself here.
Coming up to the plate, number 8,
Yes,
Harper.
unless my math is incorrect, and I don't think it is. Tia Nash, the first Lady Cat to reach base twice tonight. She is 1 for 1 with a walk, so has yet to get out, and that brings up Jaden Harper. Remember, the Lady Cats run in the bottom of the fourth came from a 2-out rally. And that's called a strike. It's a great point from Kaylee. Got to have a strong arm over there at third. That's obviously the longest throw you're going to make there in the infield. She fouls that one, so quickly finds herself in an 0-2 count. Yeah, I think you got to have the strong arm, and of course, got to have you're just so close. Got to have the quick reflexes. Got to be able to. A lot of the time, you don't have time to make a ton of steps, like you're diving or you're stabbing. You know what I mean? Like, got to have the quick feet, quick hands over there at third. So the 0-2. That one's gonna miss a bit outside. 1-2. Jaden's last at bat, she got the bunt down on the first pitch, and then of course she drew that walk in the. Kayla, I was about to say, I thought you were a shortstop, but I didn't want to say that and be wrong. Former shortstop and pitcher. Again, y'all make my job so much more fun when y'all are staying active in the chat, so I really appreciate that. Crazy twos once again. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Reese Reagan would be on deck. Not would be, she is on deck. Harper sends that one on the ground over to third. It's fielded cleanly. The throw is in time. So Red Oak able to get out of that inning despite the 2-out walk from Tia. Sulphur Springs scored their run in the bottom of the fourth on a 2-out rally. Tried to get another one going there, but unable to do so. So we'll head into the top of the sixth. Lady Cats, 1 run on 3 hits. Red Oak, no runs on 1 hit. The 1 hit didn't come until last inning, the top of the fifth, with a bunt single to lead things off. We'll look at Crimson's pitching line one more time. 5 innings pitched, just the 1 hit allowed, just the 1 walk, and 12 strikeouts. Again, I mentioned this earlier in the broadcast, but we'll bring it up again. The Como-Picton Lady Eagles picked up a win tonight. if I can find them. Run through their box score real quickly for anyone who's interested. I know we have more than just people who are not only Sulphur Springs fans, but also, maybe have relatives or people in surrounding schools. Like I said, Como-Picton wins 5-3. They scored 5 runs on 7 hits. Lauren Llewellyn was 1 for 4 with a run scored. Madison Buster was 1 for 2. She had 2 walks. She's a player who draws a ton of walks, a ton of intentional walks at that. She did have 1 run scored. It was a double. Llewellyn's hit was a double as well. Addie Monk had a hit. She was 1 for 2. She also drew 2 walks, and she also had 1 run scored. Callie Morris was 2 for 3. She had a run scored and a walk. Looks like Brown was 1 for 3 as well. On the mound, Madison Buster was lights out. She threw 7 innings, allowed 5 hits, 3 runs, only 2 of them earned. She walked 2, and she struck out 18. 18 strikeouts through 7 innings of play. You can strike out a potential 21. She struck out 18. As we are here, top of the 6th. Get that scoreboard change for y'all. Crimson once again finding herself ahead in the count. 0-1. That one sent up. Cadell comes charging in, makes a great play to get the first out of the inning.
Coming up to the plate, number 5, Giselle Orozco.
Jeremy, just 1 step ahead of you. I am a step behind, but half a step ahead maybe. Thank you for staying on top of that for me, though. That one bunted on the ground at third. Addison fields it cleanly. A quick throw over to first and a great play. 2 quick outs. Yeah, Todd, I also, if I hate to say it because you want to give batters a chance to swing, and as a former batter, I obviously hate seeing something like that. But if I'm playing against the Como-Picton Lady Eagles and first base is open, meaning there's not already someone on first base, I'm not pitching to Madison Buster. Well, I can't tell you how many times I've seen her hit monster home runs. 2 quick outs. That one's in on the ground over to Cadell as well. She fields it cleanly, and it is a quick 3-up, 3-down for the Lady Cats. The quickest 1-2-3 inning we've seen so far here tonight. And the Lady Cats will go back for what could potentially be the final time here tonight as they have a 1-0 lead. I'm going to tell you more about some scores around Hopkins County here in a second. If I can get my Game Changer app working, of course. In the bottom of the 6th, it will be Reese Reagan, Addison Cadell, and Crimson Bryant. Like we said, not only did the Como-Picton Lady Eagles win tonight, but the Miller Grove Hornets did as well. They were also playing a best-of-3 series, but the difference, so whereas Sulphur Springs is playing 1 game tonight and then 2 on Monday, Miller Grove was playing 2 tonight, and then if a Game 3 was necessary, they're going to play it tomorrow. Game 3 will not be necessary. They won the first game 17-0 before winning the second one 6-4. So Miller Grove Hornets will be advancing to the area round. Again, they made it all the way to the regional finals last year, and they'll be looking to do so again this year. I don't believe they lost a single player off that roster. I might have that incorrect, but I believe they returned everybody after going to the regional finals last year, so they'll be in great position to try to make a run again this year. And that brings up Reese Reagan. Reese 1 for 2 here tonight. And again, that coming after an incredible performance in Game 2, in which she went 4 for 4. Reese's hit came there in the bottom of the 1st. It was a 1-out single. Try to find what she did for the last time. She sends that one in the air towards right field. Right fielder having to run a good bit towards the line, but she does make the play. 1 pitch, 1 out here in the bottom of the 2nd, bringing up Addison Cadell. Addison will be looking for her first hit here tonight, though she has made good contact in both of her at-bats. Last time up, she lined out to the second baseman. Her first time up. Oh, yeah, she grounded that tough ball to short. That one called a strike. 0-1. Addison a signee with UTD. UT Dallas. Of course, the player will be trying to keep up with her career after she's gone to UTD. Sends that one foul down the line. Calling the home run right here, Jeremy. I feel you. If they can extend this inning, of course, I went with Paris. She'll still have a chance. I like the Addison pick here. We also had a pick for Jaden. Kaylee, we haven't seen you pick anyone yet. If you got a home run pick for us here, see who you'll use it on. The 0-2 to Addison. She misses high and away, so it's going to be a 1-2 count.
One ball, one strike, and one out here in the bottom of the sixth. Sulphur Springs going to hold on for a game 1 victory in the second round.
1-2 the count. We'll see if Jeremy is correct here. That one sent high into left center field for out number 2. So we've seen one to right field, and now we've seen one to left. Lady Cats continue to make good contact here tonight. That'll bring up Crimson Bryant. Crimson 0 for 1 with a walk so far. And that walk was actually what started the 2-out rally in the bottom of the 4th. Remember, a strikeout and a lineout from Reagan and Cadell in the bottom of the 4th, and then Bryant drew that 2-out walk. Paris Pickett followed with a double. Our only run of the night from either team. Bryant fouls that one back. Again, this is a best of 3 series. Sorry, stumbling all over my words. This is a best of 3 series. We've got just the one game tonight. Game 2 coming up with Paris, huh? So I agree with you there, Kaylee. That was my pick as well. Bryant swings and misses at that one, 0-2 count. Of course, Bryant would have to get on here and extend this inning for Paris to have another chance. But yeah, game 2 will be Monday, 5 o'clock in Grand Saline. Game 3, if necessary, would follow it. The 0-2. That one misses outside. Again, please, anyone who can, obviously support your Lady Cats in person. But if you can't, of course, we'll be right here on Chad's Media to bring you coverage of those games. The 1-2, 2 outs, nobody on. That one misses low and away. So we are once again crazy twos. Paris Pickett on deck. Both I and Kaylee have Paris as our home run pick for the night. See if she'll get another chance here. Ken Smallwood would be after her. That's also a great person to use your pick on. We've seen a pick on Addison. We've also seen a pick on Jaden. The 2-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Not able to catch up to the one high and inside. So that will do it for the bottom of the 6th. Crimson going to go out to the circle to see if she can't put this one away in the top of the 7th. Again, Sulphur Springs just 1 run on 3 hits. Red Oak, no runs on 1 hit. Y'all about to see Corey on the screen there asking if everything's all good. Everything is all good. For once, I don't have anything to bug you with, Corey. Again, we want to give a huge shout-out to all of our supporting sponsors, Chick-fil-A, Double M Contractors, Hopkins County Abstract, and Madison Insurance Agency. Thank you for getting us here tonight, making sure all of this is possible, and staying with us here throughout these Lady Cats postseason. Jeremy, do you need to put in the flip the switch call again? Granted, not a switch to flip yet, but you need to put in that call. Stay on top of it and make sure. Crimson all smiles out there in between innings, and that usually is the case. Something that Jeremy and I talked about a lot in Game 2. Crimson all smiles until the moment she needs to really bear down. She has been excellent here tonight, though. 6 innings pitched, just the 1 hit, just the 1 walk, and 12 strikeouts. And this Sulphur Springs crowd is getting loud. Again, I can't tell how much of that y'all would be able to hear, but the players on the field seem hyped. And I like to think the crowd had something to do with that. Crowd really hyping everybody up here as we head into what could be the final half inning of this game. Crimson Bryant and these Lady Cats need 3 more outs to take a 1-0 lead in this series.
Now batting number 45, Destin Burks.
And no one had to stay on top of me that time. I was able to change the inning before anyone noticed. Top of the 7th, here we go. Crimson and the Lady Cats need 3 more outs. And she starts it off with a called strike, hitting that outside part of the strike zone.
It's 2 and 3, as I mentioned before, went to commercial before the 6th inning came to a close.
And the 0-1.
Both games 2 and 3 on Monday at Grand Slam.
That one also called strike. 0-2. Or wait. Is it?
Ball isn't necessary.
Yeah. 0-2 the count.
Speak for myself and so many others when I say that. We have Sulphur Springs can hang on to the
That one does miss outside. Crimson nailing that outside part of the zone on the first 2. Tried to get a third one there. Of course, just missed a little bit. If y'all look at the bottom of your screen there, you could see Corey get his filming on. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Strikeout number 13. Lucky number 13 for Crimson. The chance to get a couple more, potentially. And that brings up Becca Randerson. 0 for 2 tonight, but just the 1 strikeout. And again, want to thank every single one of you for tuning in with us here tonight and staying active in the chat. Y'all make my job a lot of fun when y'all do that. Obviously, when you're sitting here with the headset on, granted, I can see the number of people that are watching, but you never know how many people are paying attention. But when y'all are interacting in the chat, it makes it a lot more fun, I'm not going to lie. This job is a ton of fun to begin with, but getting to interact with y'all in real time. Paris Biggett makes a diving attempt to get to that one, but not quite able to do so. So the second hit of the night for Red Oak, as that puts the tying run on base, and of course it would make the leading run at the plate, or the potential go-ahead run would be the better way to word that. Someone who gets paid to write about and talk about sports, I should probably use the correct grammar. So again, second hit of the night for Red Oak. Lady Cats need 2 more outs to get out of this one. And that brings up Fowler. Fowler has the only other hit of the night for Red Oak. She got that bunt single, I believe, in the top of the 5th. She's 1 for 2. And we're going to get a pinch runner for Randerson, it looks like. All right, Jeremy, you've been right with your prediction every time you talk about flipping the switch. I'm not going to tell you how to live your life or tell you what to do, but if you wanted to put that in the chat, that would be cool. Just for good luck, of course. Fowler tries to get another bunt down. It's fielded cleanly by Bryant. The throw over to first is not in time. It's a second bunt single tonight for Fowler. And that's going to put runners on first and second with 1 out. Jeremy called that one. Jeremy said need to watch out for the bunt there. And that's exactly what happened. Fowler, again, had already gotten a bunt single earlier in this game. And that was her second of the night. Red Oak has 3 hits, 2 of which came from Fowler as bunt singles, and 2 of which have come in this inning. So the Lady Cats going to talk it over on the mound real quickly, just a little pep talk. On their way back, Addison talking to Paris. And I think the outfield as well, just making sure, outfield as well, just making sure everyone knows what they're doing here. So, runners on first and second, 1 out. Swing and a miss. 4 strike 1. Crimson does seem really dialed in at this moment as the crowd's behind her. Everyone on that dugout on their feet up on the fence. I don't know if y'all could see that in the frame or not. The 0-1. That one fouled back. It's going to make it 0-2. I believe this is the first time all night Red Oak has had 2 runners on. Puts the tying run on second and the go-ahead run on first. If this goes to the bottom of the 7th, it would be Pickett, Smallwood, and Higgins, I believe. But, of course, Crimson going to do everything she can to see that it doesn't go to a bottom of the 7th. So far tonight, just the 3 hits allowed and only 1 walk. 13 strikeouts. And she's ahead in this count 0-1. I thought it was 0-2. Maybe I must have that wrong. 0-1. Swing and a miss. And that is, so even though the umpire thought it was 0-1, sometimes umpires are wrong. As someone who umpired high school baseball, I can tell you sometimes you forget the count. It is strike 3 and strikeout number 14 for Crimson Bryant. Red Oak down to potentially their final batter. Crimson needs just one more to get out of this game. Runners on first and second, 2 outs. That one misses a bit high, and they'll say she did not go. So 1-0 the count. We knew this was going to be an interesting game, and it is getting about as interesting as it could as Paris evens up the count 1-1. We thought this would be another low-scoring affair, and it has been. Crimson Bryant threw shutouts in games 1 and 2 of the Bio-District round. She needs one more out to do so again here. That one misses high, 2-1. Two-1 the count. A lot of fans on the Sulphur Springs side starting to stand up. That one called strike on the outside corner. So Crimson Bryant needs one more strike, and now the Sulphur Springs fans starting to stand up. Got a lot of people on their feet over here on this right side of the stadium. Now they're all standing up. 2-2 the count, 2 outs. Runners on first and second. And that one fouled off. She'll stay alive. Crimson Bryant with 14 strikeouts here tonight. She's allowed 3 hits, 1 walk. Two to the count. Crazy twos. We've seen a lot of crazy twos here tonight. The wind and the pitch misses outside, and it gets away from Velasquez, and the runners are able to move up to second and third. So now you had the potential tying run on second and the potential go-ahead run on first. Now you have the potential tying run on third and the potential go-ahead run on second. That makes it a full count, but of course first base is open now. So a walk wouldn't be the worst thing in the world. 3-2, 2 outs, runners on second and third. The pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and Crimson Bryant works her way out of it. She made it through 2 games this postseason without allowing a run. Now she has done 3. That is 19 total innings this postseason. She is still yet to allow a run, and the Lady Cats take game 1 of this series by a final score of 1-0. Again, that 1 run came in the bottom of the 4th. It was a Crimson Bryant walk with 2 outs that started the rally, and then Paris Pickett hit a shot into the right center gap, scoring Bryant. That was our only run of the night as the Lady Cats win 1-0, and they take a 1-0 series lead, or a 1-0 lead in this series. Games 2 and 3, if necessary, will be Monday night in Grand Saline, starting at 5 o'clock. If a game 3 is necessary, it will be played right after game 2. Again, y'all, please go support your Lady Cats in person if you get the chance. If you don't, though, we will be right back here on Chad's Media at 5 o'clock. Thank y'all so much for hanging out with us here tonight. Thank you so much to our supporting sponsors for making all this possible. Chick-fil-A, Double M Contractors, Hopkins County Abstract, and Madison Insurance Agency. We will be back Monday night. Again, final line. Lady Cats, 1 run on 3 hits. Red Oak, no runs on 3 hits. The 3 hits from the Lady Cats tonight came from Reese Reagan, Paris Pickett, who had the RBI double, the only RBI of the night. And, of course, Tia Nash also had a hit as well. Looking at the final pitching line for Crimson Bryant, she went the full 7 innings, allowed 3 hits, 1 walk, and she struck out 15. That's going to do it for me here tonight. On behalf of everyone here at Chaz Media, I'm Tyler Lennon. Thank y'all so much for hanging out with us. As always, thank you so much for being active in the chat. If you don't get to make it in person on Monday night, we will see y'all then right here on Chaz Media. Thank y'all so much. Y'all have a great night.